Well, I can't believe we're already at our last class together. This has been a fantastic semester, and I'm very proud of how you guys are doing. So here's the study guide. Make sure you listen to Genesis 1:1 to 2:4, and thanks to Ben, who pointed out in YouTube, you can actually do it at 3/4 speed, or even slower if you need to, but listen through. The more you get your pronunciation right, the more your mnemonic devices are going to work. So make sure you read that. Carefully read through Full Love chapter 10, great discussion of the points. And then here's our final vocabulary. So for the final for semester 1, we're going to go through the top 250. So we're finishing that out today. So behema is cattle. Most people use the plural behemoth, this behemoth monster, behema. If that helps you remember, this is cattle or animals. 8 is a tricky word because you have the glottal stop, but it's the hard glottal, the guttural ion. 8 is what it should be, but everybody just pronounces it 8. And it's going to be really easy to confuse with et, but et has an aleph, and this is the word 8 for time. Shemen is oil. Tamah, this is a word used in Ezekiel 36, and it's the noun form. All your uncleannesses God will cleanse you from. Tamah, important word. Moab means from father. Of course, that's Lot's grandson, son/grandson. And so they named that child from dad. Of course, Ruth is a Moabitess, and David's maternal line is coming from Moab. Shabbat is swear. My mnemonic device is that whole instant with Abraham and Abimelech, and he swears, and the 7 lambs are there, and those are similar words, play on words. So Shabbat, swear. Labab is lave is the normal way, but fuller way. Levav. Asaph is to add or continue. Of course, we get the word Joseph from it. Natah is to spread out. This is used, God will redeem Israel with an outstretched arm. This is the word that's used. Bakar, so this is another word for cattle. Hatzer is enclosure or court. I don't really have a mnemonic device for that. I just had to memorize it. And here's our old friend, La Yilah, nighttime. Shebet, we've seen. The normal use of the word is tribe, but it also is the thing in Moses' hand that becomes a Nahash, a Shebet, and it's also what the figure in Psalm 110 has, send your Shebet from Zion, rule in the midst. Ahron is chest or ark. The covenant, the actual first use of this word is the last verse in Genesis, and Joseph is buried in an achron in Egypt. So it's used of coffin, the very first time it's used. Ma'aseh, so asa is make, so this is what a lot of words do, just make the noun form, adding the mem. Ephraim, notice it's a dual Ephraim. Gala is to reveal yourself. Yakal is be able. Petach is an opening or an entrance. Zakein is like an old man, that's the word. Zebach is sacrifice. Ra'ah is to shepherd something. And it always strikes me that the word shepherd and evil share radicals, and good friend. So good friend, evil, and shepherd all have these same two letters. I don't know why that helped me remember it, but it's strange. Lacham is to fight. So you've got lehem, which is bread, and lacham, fight. Rabbah, from Genesis 1, become great, be fruitful, multiply. And then kathav, write down. We know the kathiv, the written word, and the read word kareh. All right. So what we're learning new this week is the difference between a noun in the absolute state and a noun in the construct state. And so the absolute state is just, it means horse. The construct state means horse of. So the normal rule when you put something in a construct state is if you can reduce the vowels slightly, that's going to be evidence of the construct state. So with Seuss, which has this historically long vowel, you can't reduce a historically long vowel. So there's no difference between the written form of absolute and construct, and it's only the context that will let you know. Some forms, there will be a change. So, Susaim, dual horses, Susay, and I wish I could have made this red because that's changing. Susim, and then again, Susay. So this is horses of. And in the feminine, so you've got a feminine horse. This is a feminine horse of. And so you're going to have a following word. You've got Susathaim, dual feminine horses. Susthai is feminine horses of. So if something's in the construct, you're going to have to add the word of before you translate the next word. And for the feminine in the absolute and construct, it'll be the exact same form. Now, when you have a word that could reduce, like davar, word, divar, and so you've got a reduction because the accent has moved off the word and you're getting positions away from the accent, so these will reduce. You've got the long version here, and then in the construct state, you've got the shorter version. An example of this will be the sons of God. And so the B'nai Ha-Elohim. So you've got sons of. The construct adds the word of right here, and then the Elohim. And in the construct state, you never put the with the construct part. You get the the-ness from the governing noun. They call it the noun of the governed and the governing noun. So the definite article, so it will be the sons of the God. But you don't ever put a definite article in the conjoined to a construct noun. So what we want to do in terms of reading, so that's the main grammar, learning the difference between an absolute and a construct. That's the main grammar. And so what we want to do is just read through the text, and I will start BibleWorks here, and we will bring this up, and DC display clear, Westminster text type, and we'll do 1:1 and see if we can go through this. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim va'et haaretz. In the beginning, Elohim barad the Shemayim and the earth. V'haaretz hayita tohu vabohu. And the earth was without form and void. I think that's a picture of us before God's grace. V'hoshek al penei tehom. We're covered with darkness in the abyss. V'ruach Elohim. And so here's an example of a construct noun. And when you hover over it, if you can see when it's parsed, it will say noun common, meaning it's not a proper noun, so a common noun, feminine, singular, construct. So they're telling you this is a construct. Since it's a construct, it's going to be spirit of. The construct state is what adds the of. The Ruach Elohim was merachefet, was hovering, PL from rahaf, feminine PL participle, was hovering upon the faces of the waters. Vayomer Elohim, and Elohim said, Yehi or, there's your asna, big break. Let there be light, second half conceptually, and there was light. God said it, and it was so. And God says that we're righteous with the righteousness of Christ, and when God said it, it's so. Ultimately, that will lead to our total transformation. That's why the New Testament is using these verses in soteriological ways. John 1:1-5, 2 Corinthians 4, 5 and 6. Vayar Elohim et haor, and Elohim Ya'ar saw the light, ki tov, that it was good. There's your athna, major break. Vayavdeel Elohim bein haor uvein hahoshek. And God, Hifil Badal, caused a separation. Elohim caused a separation between the light and between the darkness. Va Yikra Elohim Laor. God called to the, here's where the is, to the light, Yom. God named the light Yom. Ve'lahoshek, and see he's inverting it now, and to the darkness, kara, he called la'ilah. Our vocabulary word for today, here's the athna. The athna has lengthened that ta to a comments. He called night, vayhi erev, vayhi boker yom ehad. And there was evening and there was morning, day one. Vayomer Elohim, and Elohim said, Yehi rakia, let there be a rakia, betok hamayim, in the midst of the water. There's your athna. This is the major break in the sentence. And vihi mavdil, let it be a thing causing a division. So this is a Hiphiel participle of badal. This is a Joseph. Let it be a thing causing a division. Bain mayim lamayim, between the waters to the waters. And so this is a foreshadowing of the crossing of the Red Sea, a foreshadowing of salvific space in the midst of waters, like with Noah and the ark, and Joshua at the Jordan, and Elijah, Elisha. Ultimately, Jesus is making the salvific space, and when we are in Jesus, we go through the ultimate waters, the heavenly waters, Revelation 15, to sing the song of Moses on the shore of the Crystal Sea. Vaya'as Elohim, and Elohim made et harakia, made the rakia, va'yavdeo, and it caused a separation, bain mayim esher metahat la rakia, between the waters which were from underneath to the rakia, uvein hamayim esher me'al la rakia, and between the waters which were from upon to the rakia. And it was so. Vayikra Elohim la rakia, God called to the rakia, Shemayim. There's your athna, major break. And Vayhi erev, Vayhi boker, and there was evening and there was morning, Yom Sheni, a second day. Notice no word the there. Vayomer Elohim, and Elohim said, Nifal Joseph of Nakah, let there be gathered, Hamayim, let the waters be gathered, Metahat Hashemayim, from underneath the Shemayim, El Makom Ehad, to one Makom, to one place. Another Joseph, V'tara'eh, and let there be appeared, let appear Ha-Yavashah, and let Yavashah appear. Athna, major break, conceptually dividing the sentence into two parts. And it was so. Vayikra Elohim la Yavashah, God called to the Yavashah Eretz. And then we have that same inversion. La mikveh, but to the collection, and to the collection of Hamayim, Kara Yamim, he called oceans. That implies that the waters, when split, are unconnected. And I'm not sure what that means, but they're collected together here after the division. Vayar Elohim kitov, and God saw that it was good. Vayomer Elohim, and God said, let the Eretz dasha adesha, let it sprout a sprouting, or let it bring forth vegetation. And then what is that vegetation? Esev, herbs, grass, I think non-tree plants is what this means. Herbs seeding seed, that's one desha, one part of the desha. And the second is eitz peri, and tree of the fruit, fruit tree, osa, masculine participle, making, peri, making fruit, le mino, to its men, to its kind. Esher zarobo, whose seed is in it. All haaretz, where he came. This is a foreshadowing of things reproducing after its kind. Ultimately, it's the new Adam that reproduces after its kind, because the seed of the new Adam is just like the seed of the polluted Adam was passed on to us and produced all kinds of corruption, so too the new heart is given to us. And when we see Jesus, that new heart is going to totally become who we are. It's why Paul can say, it's not me, but the sin that dwells in me. The real me is this new heart, this new seed, this new reality. Every living thing reproduces after its kind. The new Adam is going to reproduce after its kind. Supernatural offspring. Hebrews 2, behold, I am the children thou hast given me. To eights, haaretz. So the earth brought forth desha. So this is the broad vegetation word. And then the two subgroups, the esev mazria zera, the esev seeding seed according to its kind, and the eights, ose peri, making seed, which its seed was in it, according to its kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. All foreshadowing this salvation that God will work in us when we are dead, without form, void, darkness over the face of our abyss. Vayhi erev, vayhi boker, yom shalishi. And there was evening and there was morning, a third day. Again, no word the. Vayomer Elohim, and God said, Yehi me'orot, let there be lights. And you can see that this is our word light, and this is just the noun form. It's feminine. It's going to be feminine plural, defectively written. We don't have the holem vav, just the holem. Let there be me'orot, lights. Birkia hashemayim, so perfect example. In rakia, so notice there's no word the, and the reason you don't have the word the is because this is in construct with hashemayim. So it's in rakia of the heavens, and in English, if this word has the, then you're going to put the here when you translate. In the heavens of, in the rakia of the heavens. Let it be lehavdil. This is an infinitive construct. It's a hiphil infinitive construct in order to cause a division. So we've got God made the division, then the rakia made the division. Now the lights are making the division between the yom and between the la'ilah, and let them be for signs. For seasons, for days and years, all religious language, but the sign part, let them point beyond themselves to some kind of greater spiritual truth. Ve'hayu, and let them be le'me'orot, for things causing lights in the rakia of the heavens, to hiphil, infinitive construct from light, to give light. At least I think it's a infinitive construct. That's right, of or, to cause a light upon the haaretz. And it was so. And Elohim made the two ha-me'orot, the two lights, the two hagadolim, the two great lights. And this is a little strange because me'orot looks feminine, but notice they're listing it as a masculine. I think they're doing that because the adjective is masculine. So, and there are nouns that do that. The great lights, et ha-ma'or hagadol, the great light, lemimshelet, for a dominion of the day. So this is mimshelet, is mashal, and it's the it's not a participle here. It's actually the noun for dominion of the day. So this is in construct, for the dominion of the day. And ha-ma'or Hakatan, and the light, the little light, for a dominion of the night. And then Va'et, probably going back to this et, and Elohim made et HaKokavim. And God also made the stars. Va'yitain otam, so this is et plus this suffix. And he gave them, Elohim gave them in the rakia of the Shema. Now this is verbatim the language used of Moses putting the furniture in the tabernacle. It's verbatim the language of Solomon putting the menorah in the temple. So when God puts the lights in the rakia of the heavens, he's putting it in the holy place of the universe. So this is all temple language of the universe. Let it be to cause light upon the earth, in order to cause light upon the earth. And in order to mashal, in order to rule in the day and in the night. And in order to, this is a Hifil infinitive construct with le, and to divide between the or and between the hoshek. There's your athna major break. Vayar Elohim kitov, and God saw that it was good. Vayhi erev vayhi boker yom reba'i, and there was evening and morning, a fourth day. Notice no definite article. Vayomer Elohim, and God said, let the water swarm a swarm. Let the water swarm a swarm. And then we have what that swarm is. A nefesh haya, a living soul. Let the water swarm a swarm which is a nefesh haya, a living soul. And a bird fluttering, that's a poleo, same as the poleo of the seraphs, fluttering around in Isaiah 6. A bird fluttering upon the earth and upon the faces of the rakia of the heavens. And God barad the Tananim, the great Tananim, and I'm just going to translate it Tananim because I'm not sure what exactly this is saying. This word elsewhere is used of serpents, but this is talking about sea creatures. Whatever they are, they're great. God made the great Tananim, and all the nefesh haya, all the living soul, which was creeping. This is a feminine participle, which was creeping, so the nefesh haya is the creepers, which the water swarmed. God did that according to their kind. So this is, he made them according to the kind. Strange sentence, athna, major break here. Made them according to the kind, and all the bird fluttering. So I think it's Elohim made every bird of wing according to its kind. Vayar Elohim kitov, and God saw that it was good. Vayebarek, this is a piel. You can't double a resh, so you've lengthened this vowel. And Elohim blessed the daylights out of them. Piel blessed them. And you want to check, you think it's a piel, so you hover over it, and sure enough, it's a piel. Elohim blessed the daylights out of them, saying, Piru urvu, be fruitful. Peri is fruit, and para is fruitful, and rava, and become great, and fill the waters. Now this language is fill the earth with man, and the earth is filled with evil. So this is going to be an important word. Fill the waters in the seas, and let the bird become great on the earth. Vayhi erev vayhi boker yom chemishi. And there was evening and morning, a fifth day. Again, no definite article. Vayomer Elohim. And God said, Totseh ha'aretz. Let the earth let the earth bring forth. And this is a hifil, cause to bring forth a nefesh hayah, according to her kind. Behema, that's our vocabulary word for today. Beast, remesh, a crawler, and a living thing of the earth. Now, this looks like a third masculine singular sufformative, but most people call this an archaic construct, so that this was like an old sign of construct relationship. And it makes us know that when we come into the language, when Moses is writing that, it's not like the language first has history with Moses. There are old forms, and this is an old construct form, a living thing of the earth, according to her kind. And it was so. Vaya'as Elohim, and God made et hayath ha'aretz. God made living creature of the earth. So this is that feminine singular construct. So it would be hayah, but it goes from hay to a tav. God made the living thing of the earth according to her kind, or its kind, I guess it's going back to earth. The behema, according to her kind, and all the creeper of the Adamah, according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Vayomer Elohim. And Elohim said, Na'aseh, let us make Adam in the likeness of us, in our likeness. Kidimutenu, according to our likeness. So in our image, according to our likeness. Ve'yirdu, and let them radah. The chief way that we reflect the image of God is by radahing over things, ruling. Let us radah over the dagah, over the fish, and this is the feminine spelling of fish, over the fish of the sea, and over the bird of the heavens. Again, no word the, it's in construct, so it's in the bird of, the construct adds the of, Hashemayim. This is the, so if this is the, you add the here. In the bird of the heavens, and over the behema, over the beast, and over all the earth, and over the creeper. So do you see why Adam and Eve shouldn't have been conquered by the serpent? They were told to radah over the creeper. The creeper which is creeping upon the land. And they were told to guard and keep. Adam told, and Eve is helping him, to guard and keep the garden. So they should have never allowed him to speak. They should never have allowed him to enter. And of course, the ultimate new Adam is going to drive out the serpent from the dominion of God in heaven. Va Yivra Elohim, and God barad et ha-Adam, and God made the Adam in his likeness. So it's a singular, when the one above is God made in our likeness. So this is God made the Adam in his likeness. So it's singular, singular, but Elohim is plural. God made the Adam in his likeness, in the Selem Elohim, in the image of God. So this is construct. In the image of Elohim, bara oto, that kind of inverted thing that we saw with called the light day, and same thing. In the image of Elohim, created oto, him. There's your othna, your major break. So all singulars, but God said, let us make man in our image. But we've got all singulars, and now we have plurals, a zakar and nekeva, a man, and this is weird because zakar as a verb means remember, but it's also the word for man, like in terms of male man, a zakar and a nekeva. And nekeva is interesting because when you look at the related words, it's like a technical term. Nekev, relating to jeweler's work. Nekeva is female. This is makevet, like where we get the Maccabean root. And then this is like a born out whole. And you wonder if this isn't somehow describing what it uniquely means to be a man and what it uniquely means to be a woman. A man remembering and a woman being filled, or somehow like that. You have the same thing in the Septuagint, that they're using these kind of technical words for male and female. In the Septuagint, this word has to do with nourishing. So the arsane and the nourisher, God made them. And I'm not sure what to make of all that, but it is interesting every time I read this that it isn't the normal word ish and isha. It's this male, this technical male word, and then this word for an intricately fashioned thing that was made to be filled. You think about the whole meta-narrative of that, the new Eve being filled with the power and presence of God, and you wonder, is God making a meta-narrative point here? So singular, it's a singular thing that becomes a plural thing. Male and female, barad, he, them. So it's a singular thing that becomes a singular and plural. And you think about Jesus becoming Jesus, and then through the incarnation, it's his reality that God uses to house build the church. Vayibarek, this is a PL again, you can't double this, but you have the Shva. And Elohim blessed the daylights out of them. So there isn't any question, that it's only the male that's the image of God. No, it's male and female, and it's male and female that are being blessed, but it's an Adam, that it is an Adam before it's an Adam and Eve. So God, Elohim blessed the Piel, blessed the daylights out of them, and God said to them, not to him, to them, Piru, y'all be fruitful. You plural, be fruitful. Y'all bara, rabah, y'all become great. Y'all milu et ha ha'aretz, y'all fill the earth. Ve'kibshu, and notice that's defectively written, so that should be this shura, but they're writing with a kibbutz. And kabash her, that is the earth, and kabash it, y'all radah. So man was created to rule, and that's how he's like God. Now it's the man and the woman are to rule. And for me, I'm getting my total eschatology from here, because if the first command was given to the man and his wife, then I think the new Adam with his wife will radah, will become great. And of course, this is the very word in Psalm 110 where the tribe, the scepter, is going to rule from Zion. Radah over the fish of the sea and over the bird of the heavens and over every living creature, y'all radah, which creeps over the ground. And of course, they don't. They get ruled, but God is creating the new Eve. God will become the new Adam. And when he does that, the new Eve will crush the serpent under her feet. That's what Paul says in Romans 16. I wonder if Paul's getting that from this very verse. Vayomer Elohim, and Elohim said, Hineh, behold, Natati, I give to Lakem, to y'all, et kol esev, the whole esev, Zorea zera, seeding seed, which is upon the faces of all the earth, and all the eights and all the tree, which in it is the fruit of the tree, seeding seed, for y'all, it will be to eating, for eating. And to all the hayat ha'aretz, all the living things of the earth, and to all the birds of the heavens, and to all the creepers on the earth, which in it is a nefesh hayah, which is in it a living soul, all the greenery of herbs will be for food. So everything pre-flood is herbivore, not carnivore. And it was so. Vayar Elohim, and God saw et kol asher asa, everything which he made, ve'chineh, and behold, tov me'od, mega good. It was mega good. And there was evening and there was morning. The sixth day. Very odd that this one has a definite article. None of the rest did. So have fun with this. I look forward to our time Thursday, and I'll see you then.